Hello everybody, my name is Losity. Welcome to a special video today. We're not playing any games, we're doing something else. There is something you may not have known about me, and that is that I was actually one of the first people to watch Pewdiepie back then when he was at the very beginning of his career on YouTube. And I think I started watching him around 2011 and he had about 60,000 to 100,000 subscribers. So that was at the very beginning of it all. And we all know how big he is today. And I was thinking, he has so many popular videos on his channel. What are the most unpopular videos actually? And since YouTube unfortunately won't allow to sort the videos in a way that I needed it, I found a website called shopping.com which showed us here the top 10 most unpopular videos on PewDiePie's channel. And I was thinking, let's go through them. And that's what we're gonna do on this episode. So starting off with rank 10, we have the Fatal Frame 2 playthrough part 8. I actually remember this game. I think he was playing Fatal Frame 1-2 back then. I think I watched the first more than I watched the second. This video was released in 2011, just like all the others on this list. So as I said, that was at the very beginning of his YouTube career basically. And the most unpopular videos, at least the top 10, were uploaded all in this same year. Fatal Frame 2 playthrough part 8 has 105,000k views. Let's see actually what this looked like.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, you can see, and as a webcam, this was very old.
Camera, right?
More than 10 years old. This is part 8 of a longer series, I guess. I even think he didn't finish Fatal Frame 2, but he did with Fatal Frame 1, but I'm not sure, I could be mistaken. But that was rank 10, and if we go to rank 9, 8, 7, and 6 actually, we have Amnesia Custom Story La Casa part 3, 4, 6, and 5. These videos have between 90k views and 100,000k views. Also uploaded all in June 2011. This is kind of surprising to me because the Amnesia videos were basically what made him big and were very popular. All the custom stories he's ever played on his channel. So this was kind of surprising to see, but I was thinking maybe it's the custom story that wasn't that good like the other ones he's played. So I was thinking, let's check this custom story out and see the reviews actually. I think they're uploaded all on the same website here. And we can see the rating isn't that bad. It's an 8.5, 250 votes submitted. The ratings are closed. It was released in 2011 too, I think. Yep, 2011. So apparently it's not the custom story itself, and I guess these videos just didn't go as viral as all the other ones. That's why we have 4 parts of the series of La Casa Amnesia Custom Story on this list. Starting off with 91k and ending with 100k views. The other parts, I guess, some are more popular, but yeah, that's just how YouTube works sometimes, I guess. Going on to rank 5, we have an interesting game. It's Fear 3, and I remember this vividly, watching this multiple times actually. And I also remember that this was a multiplayer, or in other words co-op playthrough with his friend. So that was also very rare. Over the time he actually always played solo games, solo horror stories most of the time. But this one he decided to play with one of his friends. I remember him saying actually that this game wasn't scary at all. And I can understand this because we played Fear 2 on my channel, and I was pretty excited back then when I started playing it, but it turned out to be a very bland FPS shooter. It tried to be scary of course, but except for a few jump scares that were caused by little monsters that were crawling and jumping in your face here and there once in a while, it wasn't that scary at all. There was a little ghost girl too who tried to scare you, who was like part of the main story basically, but all in all the game was really not that scary as it tried to be, and everything else wasn't that great either. So it was one of the games I didn't enjoy that much playing, and I can understand that. I think Fear 3 even got worse reviews than the second part. Let's see on Steam actually, I'm kind of curious here. Yeah, he actually started playing the game right when it came out in June 2011. The reviews were only 5k around, mostly positive, but the most recent reviews were mixed. So yeah, this was probably the most unpopular part of the series, and as you can see here in my country, back then they were very strict with rating these games and restrictions. So in my country you can still only buy the low violence version, so this makes the game even worse. I think it was the same with Fear 2. Let's see here, Project Origin. This one has better reviews, very positive. It was released 2009. I even left a bad review here, but yep, as you can see again, it's the low violence version. It's basically removing all the gore in the game, and I think my country is the only one that does this to this game up to this date. There were a lot of different horror games too where they changed it and said, okay, so much time has passed and we changed our mentality. People are allowed to buy them now as they were planned to be played, but this game is still an exception. So going to rank 4 and 3 is Fatal Frame 2 again. This time it's part 6 and 7. They have between 82 and 88,000 K views, so even less than the last part we checked down here. So I'm guessing Fatal Frame maybe wasn't as good as the first one, or people just weren't interested in that game that much, but yeah, it makes up the list with 3 parts in total. And then on rank 2 again we have Fear 3 part 3 this time. Fear 3 was a very short series. After saying it wasn't that scary, he stopped playing it, I guess. He didn't view it as having much value to the channel, I suppose, and that's why we only had, I think, 3 or 4, no, actually 4, because we have part 4 down here. I think it was actually 4-part series. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 5, but it's definitely not more than that. And I also remember the video Magica on rank 1, the lowest views video on his channel, the most unpopular one with only 70,000. That's kind of interesting because, I mean, it applies to all these videos on this list here. Many older videos were revisited by PewDiePie's fans and were rewatched over the time so many times. So even some old ones have millions of views today, as of today. But the videos on this list actually don't. They still have a less view count for some different reasons. I think there's multiple factors that play in this. But the most unpopular one is also Magica. I think there's also, this was a very short series as well. I think only 2 parts, and part 2 we have on this list here. I don't know what happened to part 1. Maybe it's more popular than this one. It's not on this list at least. But yeah, if we check this video out, you can see him play with his friend Sebas here. Looks like some sort of RPG game. Let's see what Steam says to this game actually. I never looked this up here. Magica. Here it is. It also came out on the year he uploaded the video to it. The reviews are all good. It has 17,000 views. Very positive, mostly positive. What does it say here? Magica is a satirical action adventure game set in a rich fantasy world based on Norse mythology. The player assumes the role of a wizard from a sacred order tasked with stopping an evil sorcerer who has thrown the world into turmoil, his foul creations besieging the forces of good. It doesn't look like a bad game, but I guess it's not that popular anymore. There's also part 2, part 3. Now this is funny. This is, I guess, they're trolling Battlefield Bad Company 2. That game had a DLC too called Vietnam. They even copied the thumbnail a little bit. We have a lot of deals. I don't know, are these like, I don't even know if these are separate games or just DLCs. We have Nippon, Marshlands, even bundles. I guess these look like add-ons for the game. They're pretty cheap. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The top 10 most unpopular videos on PewDiePie's channel. So we have Magica, Fear 3, and Fatal Frame, and the Amnesia custom story La Casa on this list. And all these videos make up the most unpopular ones on PewDiePie's channel. But these are just 10 from many thousands. I think 5,000 by as of today. So I hope you enjoyed this little insight. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. It helps out a lot. Join the Discord. You can talk to me there. Give any suggestions for future upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I see you in the next one.